What's up, fam? Hope everyone's doing great. We've got some of our clients up and we're going to be extracting some of their secrets and getting to know some of the homies on screen. So without further ado, we're just going to get right into it. So we'll start over here on the far left. I'd love for you to introduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are.
Hi, I am Ronnie Travis. I grew up in a small town in Ontario and I live in the Okanagan, and I started training with Brandon Cole back in August, and it has completely changed my business and my life. And yeah, the one thing that I've been thinking about a lot recently and what Cole talks about is our why. And I am just on a mission to help women love their bodies and break free of the dieting cycle. And yeah, I'm just excited to be able to get that out to more people because of the help of you guys.
Let's go. Let's go. Say hell yes, Ronnie, in the chat box.
Hell yes, Ronnie.
All right. You're in the chat box. All right.
Kenny Dussault, and I'm one of the coaches in the 10K Mastermind. I've been with PT Dom for 3 years, coach combat sports athletes of all different disciplines. And yeah, the biggest reason that got me into that stuff, going back to the whys, was I injured myself a lot training coming up, just doing all the wrong type of stuff and everything like that. So the biggest mission content wise is teaching people how to train the right way, how to be smarter with what they do in the gym so they can get the results they're looking for and actually create long, sustainable careers in their sport instead of having to cut things short like I had to.
Bam. Let's say, let's go, Kenny, in the chat box. All right. Big dog.
Yeah. I'm Matt Orlando, Macros with Matt. I used to be fat and then I got skinny.
Great entry.
I figured out how to not be skinny. And then I was like, I really like doing this stuff and I hated my job. So I was like, I'm going to make money off this. And at first I didn't. And then I found these guys, and then there's a lot. It's like anything. There's a lot to it. But now I'm able to help a lot of people, and you realize everyone struggles with the exact same things. So now I'm at work and I get to do cool stuff. So
this is work. Yeah,
baby.
I love it. This is content is work. And Selena.
Hello, I'm Selena. I've been with PT Dom for 2 and a bit years, and it's been like fucking incredible. Never thought I could get to this place, like ever. And right now I'm helping women with food mainly. Like I've loved food my whole life.
Yeah.
And being able to do this, build recipes, and just help women has been like the coolest thing. And without you guys, I wouldn't be here and doing shit like this too. Like it's opened up so many opportunities. Yeah, it's been pretty fucking awesome. I'm excited to be here and talk a bit more.
Let's go. Okay, so we're going to go into each one of you guys because I want my audience to be able to see themselves in your guys' shoes. So obviously, you guys can see 32,000 followers. Selena, when you first started, what were you at?
2,400.
2,400 followers.
2,400.
So you went from 2,400 to 32,000.
Yeah.
And it's been 2 years, right?
Yeah, that was in the last year though. Like the first year PT Dom, I definitely was not taking it as seriously, and then really just like put everything into it and like showed up nonstop and was just like working on content and like chatting with you guys and figuring out like what I really needed to do.
Yeah.
And then just like kind of took off, and it was actually me being like super authentic, just like being myself. So that's really what has got me like to this place. And you guys were constantly like, be yourself, like talk about you, your truth, like all that kind of shit. So
love it. I want to show you guys some of Selena's content because it is very good, and we're going to just play around.
Look at these cute little yams. When we think of Easter meals, right?
yeah.
Calorically dense foods. That's okay. You're enjoying the company, you're enjoying the food, but we love a side dish that isn't full of fat and sugar. It's still gonna have all the good shit. Still gonna have the marshmallows, maple syrup. Still gonna have cinnamon because that's the shit we like. Pan, a little bit of olive oil. It's actually like the easiest side dish.
So notice how when we said if you're gonna do B-roll, it has to be B-roll of you. She's talking and she's doing B-roll of her making the yams.
Peel the yams. Gorgeous. My goal is to make this easy on you. Butter. I'm just gonna use the rest of this. So just kind of blop it on. 2 tablespoons. And I could give you measurements for all the spices, but I really want to just say like measure with your heart. If you like them really cinnamony, cinnamon them up. Vanilla, because why the fuck not? I'm gonna go in with a little bit of ginger.
You guys have heard me talk on video about how you need to add personality to your videos. Say yes if that makes sense. Notice how she's just dropping her personality into the videos. That's why people are following her, because it's not fucking boring to watch.
Even a nutmeg as well. Salt and pepper. Can never forget the salt and pepper. Maple syrup. Yams are naturally sweet. Let the yams be the yams.
Let the yams be the yams.
I fucking love yams.
I do fucking love yams too.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, they smell so good. Okay, beautiful. Aren't these the cutest little yams you ever did see? And the gift is fantastic.
So fucking good. Drop some fire for Selena.
Yeah.
So fucking good. Okay, so now for the audience, because I'm sure everyone's curious, what's your record-breaking month as an online fitness coach?
I mean, I always say, so November, which is Black Friday.
November fucking counts.
I say it doesn't count.
Okay? It's a month in the year.
I hit $56,000 in November.
Yeah.
And then last month was 41. So I say last month was like my record because I'm like, I'm trying to beat 56, but
Yeah.
like, it was Black Friday.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot of shit going on, but yeah, 56 and then 41.
Perfect. Yeah. I still think Black Friday
You say
counts.
fair?
You
Did say
killed it.
fair?
Yeah, he said fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was valid.
Yeah.
All right, touche. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna move on to the next contestant here, Mr. Matthew.
Okay.
I actually want to pull up your.
Please do.
Hey.
Okay, so fun fact, I've been doing a lot of stretching lately. I'm getting old now. Okay, I got to be
Scrolling
mobile.
through yours.
And I spent 15 minutes while I was stretching looking through Matt's content. It's fucking hilarious. So tell us a little bit about you, like before you got started, what were you doing before online coaching?
So I was welding and construction most of my life. Then I quit. I went to sales in Harley, and the thought of being stuck somewhere, it terrified me, and it made me take the jump into this. Right. And then I found you guys, and I was like, getting in a community where you're seeing people doing it. You're like, oh yeah, these people are doing it. Like, so you can't be around that and fail.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you first started, everybody sees 110,000 followers right here, and they get really intimidated. When you first started, what were you at? Follower-wise?
3,000.
3,000.
3,000. Like, and those are like people, my friends.
3,000.
Yeah,
You
my
have
mom.
3,000 friends?
Wow. Yeah, that's
Touche, bro.
Lend me some money.
Fucking touche. All right. Fucking touche. Okay, so now we're at 110,000, and we're gonna watch a few of Matt's reels, and they're fucking hilarious. So buckle up. All right. You want to talk about an opinion? Matt's got an opinion. All right.
5 lies fat people tell themselves while they grocery shop. Ooh, kettle chips. I'm just gonna have a few. Picture eating the whole bag, don't lie. Fruit juice, that's healthy. Yeah, 26 grams of sugar in 1 cup. Totally healthy. Fuck out of here. So that's light. Yeah, light on nutrients, not fucking calories. Granola's good for me. It's just a bowl of sugar wrapped in a bullshit label. Well, just get this Caesar salad. That's good for me. Yeah, until you drowned it in the 5 packs of fucking Caesar. Stop that shit. You want to spoon boy, eh? Quit lying to yourself. Follow me for the fucking truth. You
Okay, so do you guys see what we're saying about how, like, when you guys are creating content, if you're not entertaining your audience, and again, Matt's got a very direct personality, he can get away with this. If you are not very direct and this is not your personality, probably not going to work for you, right? But it's taking your personality and amplifying it. Everybody write that in the chat. Take your personality and amplify it. So like Selena's videos were significantly different than Matt's videos, but do you notice how they both have personality? Say yes if you guys understand what I'm saying. You have to amplify your personality. Most of you guys are just posting your videos and it's just these like boring, we saw a bunch of them, just boring videos. I'm not entertained. We're going to watch a few more of Matt's videos because I think they're fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
It's loaded with calories and it's high in fat. If you're piling this on everything, thinking it's a weight loss food, you're making it harder on yourself. You want the same creamy texture without the extra calories? Swap it for cottage cheese. Same satisfaction, better macros. My client Summer is down 27 pounds in just 12 weeks with small changes like
Kicks
this.
it close.
Stupid thing won't close.
Doesn't even close either.
Bullshit guy for losing the weight.
Okay.
Close that.
You just roll with it.
Never feel healthy eating this shit. Beat your sweet tooth with these swaps. Fruit sweetener, same taste, same texture, 0 calories. Steve's maple syrup. I like to put this shit on my yogurt. Also 0.
Guys, but I want to go back to this video for a second. He's talking about something that's fucking boring, okay? But notice how entertaining it is.
Be eating this shit.
This is why I'm like, I know something's coming, so I want to fucking watch.
Same taste, same texture, 0 calories. Steve's maple syrup. I like to put this shit on my yogurt.
Most of you guys are like, you can do monk fruit sweetener. You can do sugar-free maple syrup. You could also do this.
Also 0 calories.
Again, this is a boring subject. He's talking about a maple syrup. Also 0 calories, but it's interesting because of the way he's delivering it.
Skinny syrup. I like to use this one in my coffee. A lot of it. Also 0 calories. Now, before all the Karens go off in the comments, but how is it 0 calories? Processed. Those ingredients are bad for you. Just know I don't give a fuck. Those are what matters. If you want real results, follow me for the truth about what foods actually work for weight loss.
Okay, we're going to watch one more because I think it's funny.
Food for losing that last 20 pounds. It ain't this motherfucking sugar brick. Sweet potatoes. Yeah.
Yams.
Boring. It's like
As Salvador, this guy's a legend.
fucking work. They're high high volume and they're low on the glycemic index. Roller coaster like your emotional love life. Oh my God, I hate him. Oh my God, he's calling me. Hi, I'm on my way. Where are you? And listen, make them fucking taste good. Throw some spice on them, air fry them, live a little bit, baby. This flavor bomb burger, it's like my favorite on pretty much everything. If you want to lose that last 20 pounds, you should probably drop me a follow, bro.
Okay, so you guys understand what the fuck we're saying with content. All right, so when you're posting this boring ass fucking talk to the camera video where you're just in your basement, you're using B-roll of a girl that's sleeping that doesn't know you're filming her, all right? It's not gonna go compared to people watching these. Like, look at the fucking view count on these videos, guys. It's disgusting. 43K, 39K, 38K, 33K, 22K, 40K, 35K, 302K. You guys understand what we're saying? You need to be entertaining. He's like a healthy Ivan Moody. Exactly. All right, bet. Everybody drop some fire for Matt. You're fire, bro.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we got Mr. Kenny. We got Mr. Kenny, Coach Kenny. Now, again, I love your story, bro. So tell a little bit about, you guys obviously see 72,000 followers, right? 72,000 followers, you're crushing. I would love to know a little bit about, where were you at social media wise when you first started?
So when I started with PT Dom, I was already 3 years into my business. I was doing the whole posting on social media every day thing because I was watching Gary Vee videos. So I was just trying to do the thing. No fucking idea what to post, no idea how to structure it, nothing like that. So I was posting already, but was sitting at about 300 followers on my account after 3 years of doing that every day. Found Brian and Cole, started kind of learning about, a little bit more about like actually how to make content valuable. Started going to content audits with Cole where he told me, start fucking taking care of yourself because you look homeless and nobody's going to buy from a homeless person. And then after I started taking care of myself and stopped looking homeless, then things started fucking taking off because again, it was just like Cole might come at things really blunt, but if you're able to not get your feelings hurt and actually take the advice he gives you, everything he says is fucking gold. So when I started actually implementing the advice he gave me, we had one video that again was filmed on an iPhone 13 with the reverse camera with no B-roll from one fucking scene shot the whole time, popped off to about 250,000 views in a day and a half. And then from there, we figured out the formula and it's just been growing ever since.
Boom.
Bam.
So I want you to do a subtle flex. And when I say subtle, I want you to flex because you're pretty subtle in general. Tell them all that you're doing now. So like he had 300 followers and he wanted to train fighting like combat sports athletes. Tell them about some of the that you're doing, brag about the UFC, all of it. Just tell them everything.
So yeah, like you said, I wanted to train UFC athletes. And when I came in, I had 3 fighters on my roster. And after a conversation with Janelle, fully niched down, focused only on speaking to fighters. And over the last few years, I've worked on 7 UFC training camps now with athletes. The highest level one was Sean Brady. He's the #1 contender in the welterweight division right now. Gone down to Vegas. I spent about 11 weeks in Vegas last year at the UFC Performance Institute, which is a $14 million facility dedicated specifically to training my niche. I've met some of the top athletes in the world. We've got a partnership we're working on building right now where a company's going to be flying me out to different UFC events around Canada just to do some social media shit for them, go to all the events for free, and again, just continue to network with all these fighters, all these coaches, everything like that. Ran an event last month in Vegas where we brought athletes from all over the world to train at one of the best gyms down there. Like, dude, it's fucking unbelievable.
All of this came because of social media. 100% of it. And all of this was because Kenny just implements. We're just going to watch a couple of Kenny's videos because I think they're sick.
Are you ready to dominate your next fight? Well, then it's time to simplify your conditioning. I've helped hundreds of fighters around the world with this, and I'm going to show it to you right here. In your next training camp, instead of focusing on how many miles you can run, do it like this. From 6 to 4 weeks out, you're going to break it up into 3 conditioning days. On the first day, you're going to do 60 seconds of max effort work, followed by 60
B-roll of him.
seconds of rest for 6 rounds. On the second day, you're going to go for 10 seconds of 100%
B-roll of him.
effort, followed by 90 seconds of rest for 8 rounds. And on the third day, you're going to go for 30 seconds at the highest pace you can maintain.
B-roll of him.
Rest for 60 seconds and repeat that for 6 rounds. And then from 3 to 1 week, are you sick of feeling like you have no power in the later rounds of your fight? It's not because you're not doing enough hours of bag work. It's because you're not properly training your lactic energy system. This is the system that helps you maintain a higher work rate and avoid fatigue while you fight.
So also, I want to touch on this because you notice how he's doing B-roll fighters. Can you touch a little bit on the strategy that you and Cole came up with around that?
In the beginning, Cole's advice was like, especially before before the page has grown now. Like it's changed a little bit for me at this point. But in the beginning, I didn't have the authority, right? So when fighters are coming to my page, the first thought is going to be, why do I listen to this guy? And so what we decided is we were like, I need to create my authority based off of using names that are going to draw a little bit more attention. So what we started doing is like when we were talking about conditioning, we'd mention like, if you want to build a gas tank like Max Holloway or pick other athletes that are known for whatever it was I was talking about, use their name to catch the attention, give the value, deliver it like that, where there's no reason not to listen to it because it's so fucking thorough that if you use it, you're going to get results. And then over time, because we were using the names that were going to catch more attention, that started picking up the number of followers on the page. Now I don't have to use those names as much. The B-roll is still helpful because it just catches their eye. We're putting people in the videos that are where my audience wants to be. I don't have to use the names as much, but seeing those images just helps people realize like, if I want to reach that level, when I do these things, that's going to help me move towards that level.
So another thing I just want to touch on, you guys, and this is really important. Kenny, what's your record-breaking month as an online coach?
49.1K. It should have been 50. I had a fucking payment come in the next morning that would have put it over 50.
Yeah, $49.1 thousand in 1 month. And again, how many of you guys get views like this on your social media, right? So it's like, and it's not like every video is viral, right? But the reason I'm showing you that, guys, this is because Kenny's account converts, right? Yeah. So like Kenny's account converts. Another thing I just want to show you guys, because I think a lot of this is funny. We're booking 15 to 20 sales calls a day from my Instagram account right now. Look at my views right now. 4,000, 15,000. I'm also restricted this because Instagram's stupid right now. That's besides the point. But if you guys look at the content, it's not like we're getting crazy views. But my account pulls 15 to 20 sales calls a day, 7 days a week. So when you understand how to create content that converts, it doesn't matter if you again, the reason we have Cole up here is because Cole's the master of going viral. In terms of booking sales calls from my account, like I'm the one that books sales calls from my account. And so you don't have to have virality in every single piece of content as long as you understand how to create content that converts. And Kenny, you're crushing it. So good shit. All right. Next up, we got Miss Ronnie Travis. Ronnie, I love your story because I basically had to twist your arm backwards, sideways, and frontwards in order to join the coaching program. And the reason I did that is because you told me how much money you were spending on your coach and you weren't getting results. So how long have you been with PT Domination? Let's tell a little bit about your story.
7 or 8 months now.
7 or 8 months now?
Not very long.
Perfect. And when you first came to PT Domination, what was the biggest struggle that you had in your coaching business?
Getting clients. Getting clients, but also like my content. I mean, you saw my content before. There was no strategy. And every month I was like afraid of not getting clients. I was starting at negative every single month. Yeah. And it was like that feeling of like, I thought there was something wrong with me, right? Mm-hmm. It was like, I'm never going to be able to be successful. I'm working my ass off. I'm doing everything I'm told to do and nothing was working. So yeah, it was real rough before.
So what was your strategy in order to get clients into your coaching program before? Because I think a lot of people in the audience try to do what you were doing before.
Yeah. So I tried to do a boot camp like every quarter basically. And it worked once, but it just worked in January and then that was it. Last year, I literally got 5 or 6 clients in January, like high ticket clients. And then I didn't close another high ticket client until I joined your program.
You joined in August.
It was like 8 months.
8 months. 8 months without signing a client. How many of you guys have ever felt like that? 8 months without signing a client. Yeah. So Chanel also said my previous coach had me launch and it was total flops.
Yeah.
8 months without signing a client. If you felt like that, say I have in the chat box. So I wanted to bring Ronnie up here. And the reason that I invited her is, what's your record breaking month as an online coach right now?
14.2K.
14.2K. Drop some fire for Ronnie. 14.2K is great. And Ronnie is still in the game of learning content. So I wanted to show you guys Ronnie's page because she's crushing it. I know you're grinding your ass off and you're getting your content audited like crazy. So I see you. And the fact that you're making $14,000 a month right now is fucking dope. Also, what was your following at before you first started?
3,000.
3,000.
Which I was at for like 3 years.
So 3,000 for 3 years. And she's been with us for 7 months. I want you guys to notice a consistent theme though. Okay. So how long have you been in the program?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
3 years.
3 years.
7 months.
7 months. So you see it? The longer you're in the program, the longer you're part of the ecosystem, the more you start to get the habits. Like Selena was basically saying for the first year, it didn't pop off. And then after year 1, it was like, bam. I know it was the same thing for you. Because I remember before the mindset coaching program, I think you were doing pretty good at that point though. You had like 30,000 followers, I believe, correct?
And right before that, it was like 7 though. So I was at 7,000 for a long time.
7,000 followers for probably a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then in the last 6 to 8 months, it's went from 7,000 to 110,000, right? So I wanted to bring you here because I'm like, you're next.
Yeah. And that's kind of where it's like, I'm sitting here with all these like huge people and I'm like, but I literally, like, with all of like the mindset, even that we do in like the 10K, it's like, I know I'm next.
Yeah.
Like I straight up know, like I've decided like I am going to be sitting here next year, like at that level. And it's like, it's not a question. It's just when.
I want to show you guys some of Ronnie's content because I want you guys to understand This is the fucking important point, okay? A lot of you guys think that you need to have a following like Matt in order to hit $10,000 a month. That's what a lot of you guys think. If I don't have Matt's following, if I don't have 32,000 followers, if I don't have 7,000 followers, I can't make 10K a month. And Ronnie is proof of the opposite. She literally is grinding her ass off. She's at 4,900 followers right now. Her views are getting decent views, but she's pulling in $14,000 a month. So let's watch some of Ronnie's content.
Don't you dare put those New Year's resolutions off any longer. It's not too late. You didn't miss the boat, but you do need a new strategy. And it starts with 3 simple moves. Add 1 fruit or vegetable to every single meal.
Starting to use your visuals more.
Actually eating breakfast.
Taking action on what you said.
Your current daily steps, and then I just want you to bump that number up by 2,000 to 3,000 a day. And last, drop goals in the comments, and I'll help you up with a free plan to make this all insanely doable.
Notice how she's filming with her fucking iPhone. She's just in her kitchen in her house. She's making $14,000 a month. This is not fucking rocket science. All right, next.
Day 9, getting my spread back. I realized how easy it is to ruin
B-roll of her.
a perfectly good day or a perfectly good life with your thoughts. You see, everything in life just is. We are the ones who make it mean something or not. So today I've been spending as much time as possible imagining the best case scenario. Has it been easy? Of course not. I have a lifetime of imagining worst case scenarios. Like, however, I can tell you I feel a hell of a lot better than I did before. So I challenge you to take 60 seconds a day to just imagine the best case scenario. Whatever the thing is that you're worried about, what if it works out even better than you thought? You know what they say? Worrying is like sitting with an umbrella waiting for it to rain. Bitch, stop waiting for the rain and go enjoy the sunshine.
A lot of you guys are struggling to make money online with your coaching business, and you think it has everything to do with the amount of followers and views that you're getting, but Ronnie is literally proof of the opposite. Ronnie's been crushing it. Making $10,000 to $15,000 a month, getting views like this on her content. And yes, her content's getting better. Yes, she has a strategy. And yes, she's in the fucking game. But I want you guys to know it doesn't matter how many views you get in your content. You can be making $10,000 to $15,000 a month. We talked about the mindset work, and the mindset work is literally, I think, one of the most important things in growing an online coaching business. And every single one of you guys up here is proof of that. I know that like you've done the mindset coaching program. You've done the mindset coaching program. You're in the 10K. You're literally asking questions every single week. You're like the first person to raise your fucking hand. I know how much you work on your mindset. We've talked about it over and over again. Talk a little bit about some of the struggles that you had when you first got started with your mindset and some of the self-sabotaging thoughts that you have that would hold you back.
I would say my biggest struggles with my mindset was that I realized that I saw myself as a loser. Like, I would never say that, but I just like, I couldn't see myself winning. I couldn't see it happening for me. Like, I would see all you guys, I'd be like, oh, well, that's nice for you, but like, it's not possible for me. And I always had that story of like, I'm not good enough. Nothing ever works out for me. And like, I would work my ass off, but constantly doing it from a place of like, nothing's ever going to work. And like I said, I was starting every month below 0. So I just was in that fear, that scarcity of like, I'm never going to have enough. I'm never going to make enough. And it honestly took me until last month to realize that like, I have more than enough money. Like I had a spontaneous car payment, I had to take my car in $2,400 bill. And like, I just paid it. And like, I was like, wow, I have so much money still. But like before, like that would have, like I just would have freaked out. And it's like, it's a piece of like, yes, like I don't feel worthless anymore. And it's like, I genuinely believe I deserve more. And like, not even just because like I deserve all these things, but it's like, I know I have something really awesome to offer the world. And it's like a true, like genuine belief in myself, which is before I didn't have that.
Drop some fire for that. If you guys want that, drop some fire. How did you get there? Because that's everybody in the audience. There are a lot of people that they feel like they don't deserve it. They feel like they don't deserve success. They self-sabotage. They deal with all these negative thoughts. And they listen to all the stuff that Cole says about content. They're like, okay, I want to implement that. But as soon as I go to implement it, a negative brain kicks in. It's like, oh, I'm not going to be successful. Why am I even trying? So like, how did you get there?
Consistency. I think it's the first or second video in the 10K where you make us do like the vision letter. I have listened to mine every single fucking day since whatever day I signed up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Every single fucking day. Like more than once.
Yeah.
I listen to it multiple times a day. And it's like everything that you do in the CLA lives, like all of the mindset. But it's like, yeah, I do the affirmations and the shit and like that. But it's like really, I feel like it's going deeper on that. And like, I was actually saying to my mom, I was call my parents on the way down because my parents love you. My dad follows you and he's like your biggest fan. If you're watching this, hi dad. But I'm not lying. But I was like, like I'm genuinely a happier person now. Like my default, you were talking about that on the podcast the other day.
Emotional state.
If you haven't listened to the podcast about scarcity into abundance, fucking go watch it. But like I've done that deeper work and it's like, I just allowed myself to feel my feelings and soothe them and process them so that the affirmations can actually sink in. Like, I was that person being like, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I'm that bitch. And it's like, my brain was like, no, the fuck you're not. Yeah. And like, now it's honestly, it's just all day, every day I am listening to my letter or doing affirmations or letting myself cry if I have to.
Yes. I love it. Say, I love it in the chat box. Let's go. Okay, Kenny, it's fucked up to consider the fact that you had 300 social media followers and now you're coaching UFC fighters. Like that's a up concept to
Oh,
even
yeah.
like comprehend.
So
The fact that people are literally reaching out to you and saying that they want you to fly out to UFC events to do their social media, and you had 300 fucking followers 3 years ago.
I had to listen to that voice note from that guy about 10 times before I was like, oh fuck, this is actually real.
He's like, send me your PayPal. I'll send you
Yeah, I was
Bitcoin.
like, no.
Yeah. So like mindset getting started. Like, did you have that? Like, did you always believe that you were going to be successful? How did you get there?
So I resonated a lot with what you just said. Like I was very much the same way. Like I started and I remember like hearing all the stuff that Brian was saying in the DMs. It was like, oh, this person that made this crazy amount of money, this person that made this crazy amount of money. Literally my thought was like, if I can just pay my bills, like I have that written in a journal entry from 2020 of like my ultimate goal for my business is to pay my bills coaching athletes. And that was it. And like I found that a couple of months back and I remember just like reading that and laughing because it was like, look at what the fuck it is now compared to what it was then. And like, I remember, you know, the big thing coming into the CLA is like, learn how to make 10K. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, that's cool. But like 10K, like that's no way that's ever going to happen. I make that consistently in a week now. And like that used to feel impossible for a month. I think the big thing for me is like when I was a kid, I always felt like I wanted to do something more. I wanted to do something different. But every angle I went to, it was just reinforced of like, nope, just, you know, slide in and fit in with the crowd. Like just be like everybody else. And it wasn't until really coming into your program where it was like, you were like, what do you want to achieve with this? And I remember saying like, just, you know, be able to pay my bills and just get by. And you were like, no, that's not what you fucking want. Tell me what you actually want.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until
That's what you think you can get.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't until I realized there's a difference between what you want and what you think you can get that I really started letting myself go for like big things like this, right? And now it's like these kind of things happen. Don't get me wrong, it still feels crazy, but it feels right. Whereas like 3 years ago, if somebody said like, we're gonna do these things and fly you to UFC events and you're gonna meet all these people, like I would have just laughed. I would have been like, fucking me? Like why?
Yeah.
So in the beginning, absolutely not. Didn't have the mindset that I was always gonna be successful for sure. But it was just over time, reinforcing that through this program, seeing the little wins and actually celebrating them, not hiding them away, that it just started making me realize, you know, there is more that's possible. And it's like now with where we're at now, it feels like the beginning.
Yeah, that's cool. It feels like the beginning. I love that statement. Let's drop some fire for Kenny.
Yeah.
Matt, I want to change the conversation slightly for you because I know that in order for you to develop the mindset that you currently have right now, which is like, I know how you operate. Like, look at Matt. Okay. He knows he's the man. All right. Everybody look at Matt. He knows he's the man. All right.
I'm
You got his chain. Matt knows he's the man. All right. You see in his content, he knows. But I feel like in order for you to get to this point, you had to learn how to let go of some. And I want you to talk about learning how to you don't have to get into specific details, but I want you to talk about like what it meant to like let go of the things that were no longer serving you.
I'll share my story. Like, honestly, the reason why I even got into this coaching program is because I was in a bad relationship. That's how I stumbled upon it. Right. And I literally, how I found this coaching program was I was dating a girl and she was like, this guy. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this guy who used to train you. And then I seen him in a video and I was like, oh, this guy's for real. And then we had many breakups. We had a breakup and I'm like, I knew that successful people had mentors. I just had read enough. I'd seen enough. I knew successful people had mentors. I'm like, I'm going to get a mentor. So I went to Cole's page and I filled, there's like the little type form thing. I filled it out and it texted me back right away. And I'm like, called the number. I'm like, if this motherfucker answers, I'm going to buy whatever he's selling. And I'm like, it rang and then it made a little number and then it rang again and he picked up and it was him. And I'm like, wow. And he's like, how the fuck did you get this number? I was like, I called it. He's like, no one's ever done that. And I'm like, you know, it was probably 9 p.m. and he took the time, he listened to me, you know, whine about my life story. And then I was like, you know, I'm starting a business. And I'm like, he's like, what business? I'm like, I said, just start personal training. He's like, I happen to train trainers. This was literally like the universe putting us together. Okay. And then every time that I was stuck in this toxic cycle with this person, that gave me that hunger to level up. And I remember reaching out to Cole again and I'm like, I want to hit 10K. I'm like, I want you one-on-one. He's like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, I want to hire you one-on-one. He's like, shut the fuck up. Show me you can hit $10,000. And I was like, fuck you. And then I was like, all right. And I never talked to him again till I did. The next conversation, I was like, what's up? What's up, bro?
Send me a video.
Yeah. And same thing. I use that toxicity to pour into myself, but you guys have been the structure and the bone for me to use that as an outlet for positivity. And then I joined the mindset program, the same thing, continuing this toxic cycle. And you guys asked me what I want to get out of it. I knew I fucking had better in me. But until you're really surrounded by people that like literally want the best for you and believe in you, and it's not just about money, it's like people that actually want to see you win. I got texts from you, like everyone's like, get out of town, move, do it, push me to do better. And it's really iron sharpens iron. Yeah. Right? I've never been in a community full of people that are constantly uplifting each other, and you cannot lose in a place like that. Like everyone's here to help. So it honestly is, I live my dream life now, and I love you guys for it. Grateful forever.
My boy.
Yes.
And here's the cool part is that Matt doesn't operate from that toxic place anymore. He just shows up happy.
Love, baby.
Every day he's showing up happy, smiling, walking around the gym. What's up? Yeah. What's up? You know, Matt walks in because it's just a giant muscle walking around the gym, happy as saying what's up to everyone. All right. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that, bro. That's dope.
Thank you.
All right, Selena, tell me a little bit about your mindset getting in. And I want to talk because you're doing, so again, your record breaking month is, you're not saying it's over 50K, but I'll say it's over 50K. So you're building a business now where you've got team members involved, et cetera. Can you talk a little bit about like the struggle of like learning how to become a leader for other people? Because there's some people on this coaching call that are a little bit more advanced.
Yeah. Lots of mental struggles for sure, especially in the beginning. It's been like, it's gotten really good, but the bad was pretty hard. Definitely getting through that and believing in myself.
What was the hardest part about learning how to build a team for you mentally?
Being like an actual leader and like showing up and knowing kind of like what direction I want to go in, like just getting clear on everything and being clear towards the team and everything. Because like I've always just like served and showed up somewhere and done the thing and just like floated through. So like for me to be in this place now and be like, oh shit, like I need to actually be clear and like do these things. It was hard, like just like knowing that I'm actually capable of doing this kind of thing. But as these people have like shown up for me and showed like that respect for me, as I show that respect for them, like it's just built this like beautiful team. And same with like being in PT Dom, like it's just this beautiful like support all around, and having that team shows me that like I do have that support and it's just like super nice. And same with like you guys too. Like you guys were saying, like it's so nice to be around people that actually care and are like, oh shit, like you can actually do this. And to build that belief on myself has just made me show up better as a leader too. Like to actually have that true belief, similar to Ronnie being like, I'm never gonna get there. That's fucking weird. Like when I first started, someone was like, oh yeah, you're like, watch, you'll be making 20K months. I'm like, that's not even possible.
Yeah.
I make like $6,000 a month and I'm like, whoa, like this is probably as much as I'm ever gonna make. And then to like come into this and now have 3 people working with me and like hiring a 4th, like it's like, I'm sorry, what? Like I have people that I pay like to help me to like build this business that like I love. It's the coolest thing. But yeah, it's taken a long time to get there. The mindset can really
make or break
like
you.
It's really, you gotta practice whatever it is that works for you. Like
what worked for you? Because I remember there was a conversation on Combos with B where like we got on that call and you were like, you were fucking stressing.
Yeah, that was.
And then I saw you 2 months later when you came to a call and you were like happy as I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking last summer. Last summer I was at one and I cried. 2 months, it was probably like 3 months ago. I was just in a shitty mental spot and it was like, everything was hard. Like the belief, the content, like I was like losing myself a little bit and getting out of that. Like it took a lot of just like being aware of what was going on and like being like, okay, well, I need to show up for myself like as me, because who I'm showing up for is not fucking me. Like that is just not who I am. I'm not saying what I want to say. I'm not getting my point across. What worked was just like being aware. And like now the affirmations and gratitude work. Like you said, like it doesn't work unless you're like in a spot to like allow it to work. But it's being open to trying different things and like challenging yourself and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations that like you can actually grow in. Because if you think that you're going to grow doing the same shit over and over again, like, did I ever think I'd be sitting up here? Like, was I scared? Like a year ago, I would have been like, and like I can actually speak, which I'm just like blown away. So I don't know. There's a lot of good that's come lately and lots more to come.
Let's go. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to end this and I'm going to say this, okay? So whoever wants to go first can go first. And if you want to think about it, you can think about it. I want you to speak to the online trainers. There's 260 with us live right now on this coaching call. if you could give them one piece of advice, they're like struggling in their coaching business. They want to start signing more clients. They want to make more money. They want to get the results that you guys have. They'd be happy with $5,000, maybe $10,000, maybe $15,000, maybe $20,000 a month. If you can give them one piece of advice and it's only one and they could take that and run with it, what would it be? Who wants to go first? If you got one.
Just be authentic and I literally just said it, but like stop being so comfortable with everything you're doing. And like, yeah, I'm in my kitchen when I'm filming, but like, I'm just letting myself be me. And then I edit it and I'm like, oh shit, that's kind of funny. Like, hopefully somebody likes it. And like people connect with that. People are like, oh shit, she's real. And like, that's just be authentic. And I know that's hard, but the more you do it, the more it happens.
I love it. I love it.
Got one. Stop focusing just on the numbers. When you're in the beginning parts and it's like barely getting through the month or like struggling to pay the bills and you're focusing on like, oh, but this person made, all this crazy amount of money. It's like, it's very easy to get caught up in not making enough or feeling like you need to make more. What's always helped me right from the beginning is focusing on the impact, focusing on the people I actually get to help. When you make a sale, yeah, it's exciting. Someone just paid you $1,000. It's like, that's a person that's trusting you to help them reach whatever the goal might be specific to your niche. And when you just think about that, how fucking cool is it that this person's trusting you, giving you their hard-earned money to help them with something that's a big problem for them or something that means a lot to them? When you get back to that, it just gets exciting that you get to do this for a living. And when you're excited about getting to do it for a living, you show up better, you show up more authentically. And as a result, the numbers are going to come. But when you're just focused on, I made 8, but I wanted to make 10, or I made 20, but I wanted to make 25. It's like, there's never going to be a number where you're like, that was enough. Now I'm just happy. Like there's always going to be a new milestone. But when you get back to focusing on the people and the actual impact you get to have, the numbers that start coming are fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Those are cool
like
too.
that.
Yeah.
Those are still fun.
Those are so fun.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt.
I would say I don't care how good of a personal trainer you are. It doesn't matter. There's amazing personal trainers out there. There's so much knowledge. If you can't convert it to sales and to other skills, it doesn't matter. If you know more, it's your duty to share that with people. So you need to learn the other side of it so that you can actually help the people you say you want to help.
I love it.
Okay, I feel like you guys covered a lot of really great things, so I'm gonna go a little different of a direction here because this is what I needed to hear about a year ago. There's something wrong with you. Like, there is nothing wrong with you. The reason your business isn't growing isn't because you're not good enough. It is simply because you either don't have the right plan, you don't have the right coaches, or you haven't been doing it long enough. Like, once you get the plan, you stay consistent, you look at it and then be like, okay, how can I do better? How can I adjust? But like, there's literally nothing wrong with you. And once you learn that like, your results aren't personal, it's objective, and you get the right help, and you listen to what the fuck they say, even if you don't listen the first time, but you listen. And then you show up. Half of my coaches are sitting here looking at me like, yeah, we know you don't always listen. But I show up and I'm still relentless with it, and like, be a fucking savage with your goals because you deserve better. That's it.
Let's go. Round of applause. Drop some fire if you got value from the squad.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.